in my life. I want to testify the goodness of God and thank also this family of Grace Life for their support. But mostly, God is an amazing God, I'm telling you. I'm lost of words. I was a religious man. I loved God, but in a wrong way. And I used to think that I must do something so that God can bless me. I was a legalist person. So it got worse when I got married. And when I got married, I've been married for 10 years. And 1 year it passes, 2 years passes, 3 years, not a child. It's difficult. Now the pressure is coming. And I remember going to the brigades, and I remember reading so and so begot this, so and so begot this. And I went to God and said, this is what is written. Why is it that me also I don't have? The reason why I was doing that is because I was angry with God. Because I would watch my wife sometimes go to bed crying because of what people say, because of friends say, because of everything. And it was a pressure. I would watch my wife take avocado seeds because she goes to Google. Maybe she read that this medicine, maybe you can do this. Then she drink that seed and nothing happens. And everything was just upside down. And I began to be angry with God. Until 2019, I said, God, I no longer need to save you. I had come to a point where I said, God, I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear about you. I started comparing people from the world and me. I saw them, they are happy, and me, I'm not happy. But not only that, we were being attacked left, right, and center in our marriage, in all pressures were coming. And as a result, I was thinking, I'm done with marriage, and I'm done with what? With God. Those two things, I'm done with them. I advised the plan to call my elders and everyone, then we sit down and we talk about it. That's when I received a call from Apostle Tinashe. And that day I will never forget about it. So he called me, and I remember he was talking to my wife, and my wife said, Uncle wants to talk to you. I said, no, I don't want to talk to people, because I already planned my thing. But something in me said, no, you should go and talk to him. So he said, how are you, Mzukuru? And I said, no, I am okay. He said, no, I know that everyone, when you ask them, how are you, they always say, I am okay. But I'm saying, how are you? I don't know what happened. I just lashed out everything, the burden on him. So he said, no. After that, because I'm used to it, people sympathize with you. Oh no, this will come, no, this. So I was expecting also to him to just put a pen to left in my bag. But he said to me, my Mzukuru, you lack knowledge. And it was the most insulting thing in my life, because I don't know for how many years I've been working with God. I'm used to fast. I know how to fast 10 days, 21 days. I know how to climb mountain. And this man is saying I lack knowledge. And I'm telling you, it was insulting. And I said, no. But somebody just said, no, it's your Sekuru, so you must, let him speak. So the first verse that he spoke to me was 2 Peter chapter number 3, verse 18. Grow in grace and in the knowledge of him. And when he began to explain, it was like, wow, scales are just falling on my eyes. It's like the blindness is just going. The blindness is just going, the blindness. And all of a sudden, the man that was deciding in such a date, I'm going to call this and I'm going to do this, steady to going to the Word of God. We started doing Bible study each and every day. And he said to me, "You must go to Keris." I said, "No, this one is enough. You must go to Keris." So I was just, not interested. But all of a sudden, I just said, okay, let me go to Keris. And we started going. He was the one who encouraged me, and I was going to Keris, doing Bible college, and also doing Bible studies. But one thing that surprised me is that the desire to have a child vanished. The desire to have things vanished. The desire to have all those things that I desired. I don't know how it happened. The word of God just took everything away from me. And I began to love the word of God. I began just to listen to the word of God. Instead of praying, I need this, I need that. Because one thing that he said, it stuck in my mind. He said, people in Africa, we were taught to pray, and we were learned to fast, but we were never taught to seek knowledge. So for me, it just turned my back, and I said, I'm seeking knowledge. So it was wait. Even my wife said, "You are becoming crazy." I said, wait. The desires of the world has vanished. The desires even to have a baby has vanished. First year, I'm almost done with Keris, and he called me. He said, "My name is good." I said, "Yes." He said, what is he? He said, but when he said, "My name is good," he's up to something. He said, "It's time." It's high time to have a baby. No, he started again. Because I had already, some people would call me, to be honest. They said, "How are you, brother?" "I'm fine." How many kids do you have?" Then I said, "I don't have." They said, "God will provide." It's like a slogan, yes? And I'm used to that. So one day another person said, "God will provide." And I said, "No, not this one. I know God can do miracles, but not for me." So when he said it, he started again. So it's like I was just doing there's a module that we do Old Testament survey. So it helped me a lot better to start the Old Testament version. That's when I went to. I was just there. He has said it. I was just out there. I remember exactly where I was. Standing there, I was reading my Bible, and I went to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 14, that I read yesterday. Remember I told you, that says, "You shall be blessed among all people, and no man or woman shall be barren among you, nor even your livestock." And I said, it's like was a slap in my face. And I said, "What? You mean this is for me all along? So I don't need to fast, I don't need to pray, God, I don't need to do this. I just don't need to." Immediately when I'm having this revelation, somebody called, "How are you, my brother? What is happening with you? You know what, I've been thinking about you. It's high time we fast and pray." Then I said, "No, I'm not going to fast and pray. It says it here, that no man, no." I just said, it just came it was alive to me. And I turned to David and said, "Do you hear? Philemon chapter 1, 6 says, thy communication of faith may be made effectual by acknowledging what is you." There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my wife. There's nothing wrong. I refuse to pray. This is not going to be a prayer point in my life. I don't care whether I will have a child. I'm not going, because that is what it's saying. So the word, when it becomes alive, there is this assurance that comes to you where Paul says, "For me to live is Christ, but for me to die is gain." I don't care where I am. That's where I was that time. So we graduated, and we told to come back for second year. I'm praying for second year and everything. I forgot about everything. And I moved here, we are starting. One day my wife said, "I just don't know what's happening with me." And I said, "What?" I said, "Maybe we need to go to the clinic." She said, "I'm suspecting this." And I said, I think that is it. Go to the clinic. She went there. They said, yeah, that's true, but to be sure, go to the scan. She went to the scan and it was confirmed she's pregnant. During that time, that is when also God was just doing amazing things, in my life, in my family. Fast forward, 2 weeks ago, we had our baby boy. We hold him for the first time after 10 years. The word of God, God is faithful. He says the entrance of the word gives light and understanding to the simple. During that time, God started doing, through the word, God started to show me things. He started restoring my family. I can testify, I can see my brother, I'm happy he's here. I never dreamed one day that my brother will come to a Pentecostal to dance while he's playing guitar. But somehow God just chose to say, no, my brother, it's high time your family come to the knowledge of this truth. So as I'm testifying, guys, when we are saying word fiesta conference, it might not look like there's something that has changed in you. But the moment it has been deposited in your life, and you have guarded it, I am telling you, when the harvest comes, you will say, wow. I want to sing as it's time for present.